guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or not foundation review on the Smashbox Studio Skin Hydrating Foundation. It's supposed to be a 15-hour wear hydrating foundation that is oil-free. Super excited to be trying this foundation because I've heard such amazing things about it. And I think it's also interesting as somebody that has really oily skin to be wearing this, because as soon as I see the words hydrating and just not such a thick consistency, I'm like, okay, maybe not for me. But then again, let's just try it out. Let's see what this is all about. And then for my ladies who are very dry skin and normal skin, they hear hydrating foundation and they're like, oh hell yes, sign me up. This is going to be a foundation review that targets my oily skin girls that are interested in this and my dry to normal skin girls that are also interested in this foundation, because I mean, hydrating, why wouldn't you be? And so I'm just gonna go quickly run through it and then I'm going to apply it on my face. So it says that this is a hydrating foundation. It is a medium to full buildable coverage. So that's good. It says that it's oil-free and controls oils all day long, which is interesting because it's hydrating, but it's going to be controlling my oils. So we're gonna see how well that does. It's sweat, humidity, and exercise resistant. I already did my workout for the day, so I don't know if I'm gonna test it out. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, you guys know that I'm obsessed with working out, but I may put in another workout tonight and see how well this foundation holds up just for that purpose, because that exercise resistant is really, really, you know, giving me life right now. It says color true and transfer resistant. Transfer resistant. We will test that out as well. And then demi matte finish. So this is actually really interesting. The price for this is $42. It's not a cheap foundation. It's actually pretty pricey. So this is definitely one of those foundations that you're going to have to splurge some money if you're not used to doing that. I personally saw that and I was like, ooh, let's hope this is a good one. And it also says to blend well over skin with brush, sponge, or fingertips, starting with the center of the face. So So right now I have a clear canvas. Like always, I used my Ultra Repair Cream Moisturizer by First Aid Beauty. So today I'm going to be using two primers that I don't usually use. The first one you guys will probably know because I used it in my last tutorial, and that's the Pores No More. The reason I'm mentioning this primer is because I did kind of briefly go into it. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be splitting my face in half, and not literally, but I'm going to be splitting the face in half, and on one side I'm going to be using this, which is supposed to mattify and control the oils all day and also reduce the enlarged pores right here that I have. This other primer is going to hydrate. Now this one is Smashbox primer. It is the Photo Finish Primer Oil. Now I've done a lot of research on this primer because of course as soon as us oily skin girls think of a primer that has oil in it, we're like, ooh, no. But sometimes, if you guys aren't aware, sometimes people produce more oils because they need oil and moisture on their face. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking a tad of this and seeing how it works. If it gets too oily, then I would recommend oily skin girls stay away. But I'm also going to be testing this out for my dry skin girls. Okay, so now that we're up close and personal, I'm going to be applying the Dr. Brand primer. So I'm just going to be applying it on this side of the face. And right away when you see it, you see that it's kind of tinted, but it doesn't affect how it looks on the skin. It's not going to give you any type of like tinted look. It's just literally going to go in as translucent. I'm going to go in with the Smashbox primer oil. So it's a dropper. So what you can do is you can either mix this with your foundation, or what you can do is first just kind of put it on the back of your hand. I'm just going to do one dot. And then apply it on your skin. It actually does not look as oily as I thought it would be. You can see the difference a little bit, but I thought it was going to be really oily, maybe because I only used one drop, which is what I would recommend you starting off with. Don't go in with like 3 drops, especially if you're oily skin. I feel like it definitely gives me a little bit more of luminosity, like my skin doesn't look so dull using this. So what I'm going to be doing is taking off the pump. This is in the color 3.15. I was between this and the next shade up. I can't remember what it was, but that one was way too dark, so I think this is the perfect shade. So it's definitely more of a liquidy consistency. It's not so runny, but it's not thick whatsoever. Still see my redness peeking through just a tad, but it's nothing too dramatic. I feel like this foundation is definitely more on the natural side. And I also feel like if you are my color and you're interested in this foundation, this color is great. It's kind of clinging onto my skin a little bit, especially where that texture is, which is really surprising considering the fact that I just used an oil with the foundation and the foundation's not so thick. So I'm kind of surprised that it did that, but we'll see how it wears. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply this side, but I'm going to be using a beauty blender. I did wet the sponge a little bit, not too much because I didn't want it to absorb too much of the foundation, because it is more of a sheer foundation. I feel like you can still very much see my redness. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do another pump. I'm going to use that much. You can see that does run pretty fast. And then I'm just going to add more on this side. And I'm also going to add more on the other side as well. So now I am starting to see it build up now that I applied the next layer. And you can see that there's more coverage. My texture is really emphasized right here. I do not think it's foundation. I think the foundation will probably look good on skin that isn't as texturized as mine. But I think that because of the fact that my skin's really going through something right now, it goes on really, really nice. Like, it feels like you're not applying foundation. Like, it doesn't feel like I have makeup on my skin like some other foundations where it's like a thick layer. It's definitely, like it said, it's a buildable foundation. You have to build on it, but I don't think it's like a thick foundation. Like, I feel like if you're more into the natural foundation, you're going to love this product. Officially applied everything on. The product is soaking up into my skin. It's only been probably like less than 30 seconds of me applying it. And I feel like with brush or sponge, it looks really, really nice with both of them. Definitely a buildable foundation. If you have a lot of redness or a lot of scars or just blemishes that you want to cover up with foundation, you're going to have to build a few layers using this. Now, if you have an even complexion and you don't have to worry about like that type of situation, then with one layer you might be good to go and you might love it. I feel like this would also be a really good foundation for my mature ladies who are looking for something that's going to look natural on their skin. I have worked with clients at Sephora that had a mature skin and didn't want something that looked so cakey. They wanted something more runny, something more water-based, something that wasn't a more thicker consistency, and I feel like that's exactly what this Smashbox foundation is. It's more of a lightweight foundation. So I'm going to be coming back about 2 times throughout my day and giving you some check-ins and seeing how it wears, because I definitely want to see if it wears up to the expectations that are listed in the back of the box. Right now it is about 1 p.m. I know I got a late start today, but I'm going to wear this for as long as I possibly can throughout this entire day so that I can give you guys a really, really good review first impressions. So I will be back. Hey guys, so I am back and it is now around 6 p.m. So I've worn this foundation for a good 6 hours and I am extremely impressed. Like, you can see right now, it looks great. Yeah, it does look a tad a bit luminous, but for the fact that it's hydrating and I use this oil primer, I thought it was going to look extremely dewy by now, but it actually looks really great. And to be honest, I feel like both sides look pretty much very, very similar. What I have noticed on the side of the Dr. brand is that my pores are more minimized than on this side. I feel like this side just kind of like gives me that pick-me-up look. Something that I noticed after a few hours of wearing it is that it definitely dries to a more powder finish, which kind of can go along with the demi matte finish of it, because I do feel like it has kind of like that powder finish look. I did notice that it did oxidize just a tad, but I feel like it still looks really, really good with my skin. It doesn't look like it's completely off or anything. So as for transferring, it doesn't really transfer. Like, I'm touching my face and it's still on my face. So one more thing I want to do real quick is actually take a flash picture so that I can see how this foundation looks. Let's see if I can make it look cute. I actually feel like the flashback isn't bad at all. Like, as I'm looking at the picture, I think it looks pretty matchable to my skin, but you guys will be the judge when you look at my picture and see what you guys think. But I will come back around probably 11ish and I will give you guys a final check-in and let you guys know exactly how I feel about this foundation and whether I think it's worth a buy or not. So I'll see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is now 11 p.m. and I've worn this foundation for the entire day pretty much. I'm so exhausted. I'm literally about to take off all this foundation. But if you're somebody who likes natural but yet like really beautiful finish, this is going to be the foundation for you. I did say that this foundation does kind of have that powdery finish once it has applied and set into the skin, but the good thing about that is that even though it does have that powdery finish, it still continues to hydrate your face and look gorgeous on the skin. And you guys can see that I actually did use the Dr. Brand and the primer oil, and they actually both held up pretty well. You can see right here that they're not extremely oily, and I'm actually extremely surprised that this side where I used the Smashbox primer oil does not look any more oily. Like, I was really scared. Overall, I didn't really notice a huge difference between these two primers. They're both very nice primers, but I wouldn't say go out and splurge. But once it's set and the longevity of it, I would say that they pretty much kind of look the same when you look at them here. I say this is totally worth it. I am obsessed with this finish. I love the way it looks. I was so scared, and to be honest, I didn't think it was gonna work for me. I was like, I think it'll be okay, but it's not gonna be like a life-changing one. But I think this is going to be a perfect everyday foundation. Now, I did mention that a lot throughout my check-ins, that this is probably more an ideal everyday foundation as opposed to something for like special occasions or like your wedding day or something like that. If you're more of that natural person and you really do like a consistency where it's more of a runny consistency and looks more natural, this is going to be the one for you. The only downside of this is that I did notice it cling on a little bit to my skin at the beginning, but as the day went on and it kind of like set into my skin, it was completely fine. It worked amazing, and I'm just so excited to be using this foundation. So if you guys have tried this foundation, please let me know your thoughts. If you are excited to try this foundation, then also let me know what you're thinking, if you would buy it or not. And also don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed watching my first impression worth buy or not videos, because that lets me know to continue doing these videos. And if you guys have any recommendations in other foundations you want me to review, then please comment them down below. Also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and become a member of our little growing family here on YouTube, because we love to talk about all things makeup, beauty, fun, lifestyle, just anything. So I will be seeing you guys very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.